My name is Amelita Armit. I live in Ottawa and I am now a retired senior public servant. I have the honor of being the only Filipino to date who has achieved the highest rank in the Canadian public service. I achieved the level of Assistant Deputy Minister. I came to Canada in 1968. I landed in Edmonton, Alberta, where I joined my sister, who was already a teacher in one of the small towns outside Edmonton. At that time, I was already thinking of government service because it aligned with my educational background. I graduated from the University of the Philippines in Business Administration and Economics. And I also had work experience as an economist with the Joint Legislative Executive Tax Commission in the Philippine Congress. My public service career began in the Alberta government. I started at the entry level as a research assistant, and then I progressed to senior positions like research officer, policy advisor, senior economist, intergovernmental officer, until I eventually became the Assistant Deputy Minister of Social Services and Community Health. In 1987, the federal government recruited me to the National Transportation Agency as Director General. Following that, I competed for the position of Assistant Deputy Minister, and I became Assistant Deputy Minister of Health Services and Promotion Branch in Health Canada. This was followed by an appointment as Secretary General and Vice President in the Public Service Commission. My last post was as President and Chief Executive Officer of the Parliamentary Center, a non-governmental agency involved in democratic development and assistance for parliaments and parliamentarians around the world. So I really had a very interesting and fulfilling career in the public service, and I would encourage everyone to consider it as a vocation. Like, it broadened my horizon. It gave me a deeper understanding of the issues facing Canada, and I was involved in a lot of hot issues. For example, one of the highlights for me was chairing an interdepartmental committee preparing recommendations to government about healthcare reform. And this assignment led me to represent Canada in the World Health Organization Assembly, where I spoke about all the health initiatives in Canada and about its healthcare reform. There are a number of factors in my journey. There's part of it is also, I would say, it's not just the personal drive and determination that's part of who I am, but it's this whole amalgam of my culture and my support system. For example, our Bayanihan spirit. That's very important in who we are, and it's also part of being part of an extended family system. And that taught me a lot about working as a team, working with other people. My family, my parents are very central to my development. You know, they gave me a good exposure to cultural values, to the beauty and character of our country and of our people, and that has always stayed with me. I don't have children, but I had my husband who was very supportive of me being a career woman. I always say that Filipinos are very courageous and daring. The fact that we can find Filipinos all over the world is a testimony to our courage to open up to new adventures. And it's just believing that we can do things, that there's nothing impossible that we cannot do if we put our minds to it. Our strength as Filipinos, our culture and values as Filipinos is part of the Canadian mosaic. We are part of the Canadian mosaic. My name is Amelita Armit, and I am proudly Filipina.